What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I hope we're all doing really well. Yeah, we've had a patch 6.1. I'm not quite sure. I think it's to do with the frost stuff they've introduced. But anyway, we're on 6.1, and it has added some nice features, and it's buffed some stuff and it's nerfed some stuff. So we'll talk briefly about that in game as it's happening, because there's no point doing it now because it's a little bit strange. But the stuff they have changed, we've obviously implemented into our tactics. So just briefly, I'm going to jump straight into the tactics, how we've set this one up. So we're going for a 4-4-2 flat, gone back to basics. We always have to when they do a new formation, because you don't know how it's going to work or what. Yeah, so yeah, I always like to go back to basics. So we've gone back to the 4-4-2 flat. We're on balanced build up start, and we've gone high defensive approach. You can go aggressive. They've kind of messed around with the offside in the respect of having the strikers getting back onside quicker. Doesn't matter. The auto offside trap will always beat the striker, so that kind of is irrelevant why they've done that, because it doesn't work. You can see it in game. It doesn't work. You're still getting offside a lot. So they haven't really messed around with that too much. They haven't really changed too much in that respect. So yeah, this is how we've got this one set up. Let me drop in the gameplay. I'll explain everything as we're going along, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the instructions or the player roles, how we've got this all set up, and with the new stuff as well. So yeah, watch the gameplay, and then we'll come back to the end. So as always, we start off in defence. There is no other way to start when we show formations. There's no point. You have to see how it attacks, but you also have to see how it defends. Now there's your 4-on-1 in midfield, and you can see we're quite high up the pitch, although we're not. We're quite high up, but we're not overly aggressive. You can see how easily the players are spread out, and that long ball, that switch from left to right, right to left, however you want to call it, is it kind of messes around with the left back and right back of the opposition. The AI can't track the run, and if you have a lot of people that hold the pass button to do that intercept, to do that jockey thing, if they've got their settings set to that, then they're going to be pulled out of position all day long. And I do find that 90% of players do have that setting switched on, so that's how you can pull them out of position, especially with that long raking ball. Now, they haven't nerfed and they haven't buffed the power shot, so those players with that power shot trait, the one where it's so fast like a Rashford or a Valverde, you will score 95% of the time if you hit that shot from anywhere in and around the box. And again, the finesse shooting is straight up there. The Trivela is not quite there yet. I do expect some more buffs on the Trivela, because let's face it, the Trivela was a great shot. So yeah, I'm waiting for some buffs on that one. But for now, we can use the power shots and we can use the finesse shots to our advantage. And Rashford, I mean, yes, he's my Evo Rashford. He's not the 91, he's the 87. If you haven't Evo'd Rashford, it's crazy, because that card is here to stay, especially with that power shooting. And you can see the way this formation is set up. I mean, it's auto press, it's auto offside trap. It has absolutely everything you need. I always think it's also relevant that we use this in different game modes, rather than just showing you, oh, this is my rivals. You know, we can use this formation. This formation is what you can use readily for any situation. So you can see top left hand corner, we're using it in our foot champs. You will see that we use it in max tactics friendlies. That power shot, I told you, is insane at the minute. It is unstoppable. I do expect them to nerf that over the next patch also. But yeah, anyway, so the whole tactics situation is, like I said, you can use it anywhere. Foot champs, rivals, that finesse again. God, I keep getting interrupted, but yeah. And yeah, I mean, like this here, I love this. This is great. This tactical foul, I absolutely love it. It gets me into trouble a lot because I love to use it. And I do get a lot of silly bookings for it as well, so I need to calm it down. I just love the animation of it, especially when it's aggressive like that one. But anyway, let's get back to the tactics. So this has everything: defense, offense, wide, short, tiki-taka. The options for this are just ridiculous. You see, this is max tactics at the minute, and we're using different players as well, just to kind of show that the formations and the setup, it's working, and it's working extremely well. We are currently, as I'm talking to you now, we've been using this formation since the patch, so we've had it for 4 or 5 days. So yeah, we're currently, I need to think now really carefully. I think we are currently on a 13-game winning streak throughout the competitions. So that's Foot Champs, that's Rivals, and that's also Max Tactics as well. We have drawn a couple in there, so it's not all wins. We have drawn a couple, but there's no losses, so that's the main thing. So just for those guys that want to know how far we can go with this, I'm assuming as I'm talking to you now, because I will be using this again over the next couple of days, it's going to go more than that. It's insanely good, and yeah, it has absolutely everything you need. So that's the main thing. That's the number one thing. And for those of you that need those extra 2 or 3 wins, this will absolutely get you that. So yeah, there's not much more to say about this formation. Everybody knows how the 4-4-2 works now. It's just the little things like the support play from the striker, and you can see in these game clips here, you're not heavily relying on your strikers. You're using your wingers as well, and that's what you want them for, because they are super quick in this game and super agile. So yeah, as probably a lot of you are aware now, there's a few more player roles they've introduced. So build-up play, support play, complete play. There's all different ways of doing it now. The 4-4-2, I have it set up like as you see in front of you. So we'll have the fullbacks on defend. We want them to stay back. We're going to use a defensive midfielder on holding and defend. You can have him on ball winning if you want to, but what I find having on ball winning is they're out of position a lot of the time because they're just chasing, they're running around like headless chickens, and they're chasing the ball that isn't there. So they tend to be out of position a lot. So I'm not quite sure on the ball winning one yet. So I'll just stick into defend for now because I know that works. And when I say go back to basics, we're going to set this 4-4-2 up. So it's kind of like you have your 4 defenders sitting back, and then you have your holding player. So you're going to defend with 5. And if you've watched the gameplay, you would have seen where the DM sits all the time. So when you're pressuring your opponent and they want that quick outlet, it's not there, because you're holding DM is just picking off the spaces. So that's why I've gone for that. And yeah, winger wise, we've just gone for wingers and attack. It just, that's what they're there for. They're there to support you. If you put them on support, they tend to be out of position a lot more as well. So again, I haven't really found a position for support yet, but I'm still looking into that one. Now, striker wise, Rashford, poacher, attack. You want that power shot with a player like that. Anybody with a power shot, it's so OP that you hit a power shot and it's a goal. 9 times out of 10, it's a goal. So you want them in that position. My other striker have an advanced forward and complete. Now, what this means is this striker will look to create spaces. And what happens is if he comes deep, if he goes wide, he creates a space. The AI follow him, leaving my other striker all the room in the world, which you would have seen if you watched the gameplay. So that's why we have it set up like that. And when you look with the ball, it looks like a 4-2-4. And that's exactly what you want it to be. So you, as I was saying, you have your 4 sitting back with your holding DM just in front of the 2 centre backs. In front of him, you'll have your playmaker to support the attacks. Essentially, you're attacking with 5 players. You're not over offensive and you're not defensive, if that makes sense. There's the code on the top of the screen. Definitely give this one a go with the new, with the new player roles, because it's definitely worth messing around with the player roles in this one. Again, I probably haven't mentioned I've got my goalkeeper on sweeper keeper and build up. And build up players refers to those ball playing goalkeepers like Alisson, Ederson, Neuer, players like that. They can basically come out of their box, ping a pass. If you've used Ederson, you know what I mean. He's got that crazy passing, so that's why we've got him on sweeper keeper, and that's why we've got him on build-up play. So yeah, I also would have dropped in some foot champs, some rivals, and some max tactics as well. So it's not just being used in rivals or anything; it's being used in every single game mode that I use these tactics in. So it definitely worth giving it a go. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, guys. That would be absolutely amazing. Share this video. Let's get it out to the people that are really struggling in FC25 at the minute. Let's get this going. Let's get this 4-4-2 back where it belongs. I love the 4-4-2, and I hope it's here to stay because it is one of my all-time favourite formations. So yeah, definitely give this one a go. Take care.